Anytime I hear that money calling, you know I always run. That bitch, she hit my line, but I know that she up to some. She claim that she the one, but all alone that bitch is front. She took my fucking heart and treated it like it was nothing. Now I roll my pants up, so I get my pants up. You fuck with Lil DC and I just might just blame ya. 30 next Samantha, she think I'm handsome. She fucked me on the first night in Atlanta. Skirt off in the jag, now I'm going fast now. My mama really sad now, I'm counting cash now. I paid my brother's school now, I'm the dude now. That bitch was tryna fuck me, but I'm just rude now. You made a fucking savage, you made a savage.
Yeah, I just picked up the camera because I think my fish are literally mating right now. I finished feeding them and they've been doing this action for a minute. I don't know if they're fighting. I think they're displaying dominance or they're mating. I never seen this before, so I just figured I'd pick up the camera. I picked up the camera a little too late. Hopefully they don't stop because I want to see this, what happens between them. This is my first time ever keeping gouramis, honey gouramis. So I have no idea what's going on between the two. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. I have no idea what's going on between the two. It's been going on for like a good 2 minutes now. I just picked up the camera. As you can see, I've just fed the tank. Everybody's eating. There's still some food in the thing. I fed bloodworms and flakes at the same time. But I wonder what's going on here. It looks like they finished. It looks like they done. I really don't know what just happened, yo. I don't know if that was them fighting, trying to display dominance. Look, 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 they doing it again. Look at them doing it again. I have no idea what this means. If you guys know what this means, let me know in the comments. Oh, I think they're fighting. But even if they're fighting, I heard they don't really do damage like that to each other yet. I think they was fighting. I think they would display dominance. I believe I got 3 males and 1 female from what I was looking up. And I think these guys was just displaying dominance just now. This is my first time ever witnessing this. Because once again, I never kept gouramis. So this is definitely something new to me. I never seen this before. That was strange. Oh, it's also I learned today or last night something new about these guys, because honestly I did not do my research on these guys at all. But I learned something new last night. Turns out these guys literally could spit water out of the tank, because in the wild they spit water at insects to knock them like off of branches and stuff like that, or leaves. This was the first. I did not know they could do that. Like, I heard of fish that was capable of doing this, but I didn't know these little guys was capable of doing that. And it makes sense now why they always at the top of the water and like mid column. I guess they are that type of fish. Like, I heard of a fish that could do it. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called archer fish. There you go. Archer fish. I thought they was the only fish that was capable of doing this, but turns out honey gouramis also are capable of doing this in the wild and also in captivity. So yeah, and I started feeding more insects heavy, since now that I know these guys are like more of omnivore. I forgot. So I started throwing more bloodworms in there also with the flakes you see there at the top. I know it looks like there's a lot of flakes up there, which there is, but the tetras, they will definitely pick up whatever floats down. As you can see, they're still eating. I should have picked up this camera as soon as I started feeding the tank, yo. It looks dope every time I feed the tank, but I also now I gotta focus. I gotta focus when I'm feeding this tank because there's so many fish and mouths to feed. I gotta pay attention and make sure every single one of them eats. Cause if not, like for instance, if I throw some flakes, if I throw some flakes over here on this side, usually the tetras be on this side. If I throw flakes on this side, the tetra's gonna eat that shit mad quick if it's only a little bit. So I have to throw some on this side, make sure the tetra's getting at it. Then I have to throw some on this side, make sure the tetra's getting at it also, because the guppies, I mean the gouramis, they are fast, so they'll go from there to there eating. And then the loach is also fast, so he'll be going like all through here, and the loach scares those tetras. Those tetras, once they see the loach, they be out. Also the gouramis, if you pay attention closely, there's no tetras around those gouramis. Right now they're hidden. But there's no tetras around these gouramis right now. Like the tetras pretty much stay to their part of the tank. Sometimes they'll come around like right here, you'll see them, but they stay below. And then the loach stays in his part of the tank, but then when it's time to eat, when he's hungry, forget about it. He be snacking. I mean, all over the place. Right now, I guess he senses the camera is out, so he's hiding. Oh look, he might come out. He got in much fatter since I got him. He was a lot skinnier when I got him. I ain't gonna lie, he's still one of my favorites of this tank. Even though I did some more research on these guys, turns out they are actually like fin nippers. Like they will nip at other fish. They're known to nip at other fish. So because when I was doing research on these guys, honey gouramis, I also did research on what could go with them, and they said beware of loaches. It's particularly clown loaches because they are nippy. Like they like to nip on people, on fins and stuff. So I've been keeping an eye on him. Like yeah, he'll come close to them and stuff, examine them, but he ain't nip any fins from what I've seen. And from what you guys can see, if you look at their fins, they perfect. There's no nipping, none of that, like no missing chunks. And also my tetras, if you look at them, they all in order. There is no missing chunks from their fins. So far the loach been cool. He been keeping cool. I guess it's because I have one loach in here. I bet you if I had 2 or 3 more loaches in here, they will probably become way more territorial and would completely decimate, either decimate or keep these freaking my other fishes at bay. See, there's a bloodworm over there. Tetra was getting at it. Like I'm trying to keep a community of fish that somewhat get along, and yeah. So far the only fear that I had was the clown loach nipping at my gouramis, because they said to look out for that. But other than that, seems like a pretty decent setup. And also I had a scare, because when I did my research on honey gouramis, apparently there's a different type of gourami fish, not even like from the same species. It's a different, like it's called gourami for some reason, but it's a different species apparently. And there's one that looks, in particular, that looks very, very similar to the gourami that I have right here. But the only difference is that gourami grows to 4 inches. So I was like, I hope to God this is not the same gourami. And the person sold it to me as the... Oh yeah, another thing, I want to take back what I said in the last fish update video. The aquarium, the aquarium store that I went to, they wasn't too bad. Like, even though the prices was high, like it was pretty high, at least like now that I look back at what I got from them, which is the honey gouramis and these plants, it was pretty good. And also I got some food from them that was pricey, but the food is actually high quality. I looked it up and stuff like that. So I'm pretty happy with what I got from them, so I can't really knock them too much. I'm still not gonna shout them out because I haven't went to their store on camera. When I do go back, if I do, it's in Long Island. By the way, I'm in Brooklyn, New York. I don't think I'm gonna make that trip over there anytime soon, but if I do go back over there, I'll make sure to bring the, you see, I think they showing dominance. They definitely fighting. At first I thought they was mating because it looked so gentle as they was coming down and floating down, but now I know they definitely showing dominance, which is not a big deal because once again, these are very peaceful fish. Even though they may seem like they attacking each other, they're not going to do any damage to each other. They're really peaceful. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Shout out that fish store. I'm going to let you guys know what their name is when I go back there, if I do. They definitely hooked it up with these plants, especially these plants. They gave me a bunch for $10. And also these gouramis, I looked it up. These are actually very hard to find because there's similar looking ones that are very like cheaper, and they also grow extremely big and they're extremely aggressive. Like, they would have completely decimated my whole tank. So I'm glad the fish store that I went to actually knew what they was doing, what they was selling, and they had high quality stuff. So I take back what I said. They definitely an official store, but I'm not gonna show their name, disclose it anytime soon, because I'm not going to Long Island. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.